Hey, what's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight we're going to be talking about how Roda Osman has been found guilty of lying about being hit with a brick. Now, if you guys have been a subscriber of mine, y'all know I have kept my foot on Miss Roda Osman's neck, honey. And we have covered this brick story through and through. Now, when she originally came to the internet, she was outside of a nightclub. She alleged that a guy that she got into an altercation with, she said that he hit her in the head with a brick. Now, when I first heard this, I was like, oh my God, that's so sad that somebody would hit a woman upside the head with a brick. And then there started to be people who were there on the scene speaking out. And I took time to analyze and look at the video. And I'm like, wait a minute. Everybody who was in the video that she was confronting and she was saying that she got hit with a brick, everybody was literally saying they did not know what she was talking about. Everybody was saying, what? Like, who got hit with a brick? Like, what? Everybody was so surprised. Now, once I started analyzing this video, I start breaking down how everybody in the atmosphere was basically clueless to what she was talking about. I got called every pick me in the book, okay? They called me male centered. They called me male identified. They told me that I'm a pick Misha. And they called me every nasty thing because I used discernment. I used my critical thinking skills. I set aside emotion and actually dissected the video. And I realized that there was a lot of things that was not adding up. The witnesses that were there did not see what she said happened. And she then started to have all of her business on social media of her having a history of this show up time and time again. Well, the police in Houston decided to pick this case up after they received the surveillance video of the actual incident that did not show what she said happened, and they decided to take her butt to trial. Now, she recently got found guilty. Let's take it to the Houston, click it to Houston News to hear what she was found guilty of exactly.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watched.
That's Roda Osman. She's known virally as Brick Lady, and a Harris County jury has just found her guilty of theft by deception.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Back in 2023, she went viral when she made claims online that a man threw a brick at her head because she wouldn't give him her phone number.
This was a well thought of plan, a diabolical plan.
That's Olin Douglas. He's the man that was accused of throwing that brick, but he says that he got death threats after the video went viral. The Houston Police Department and Harris County District Attorney's Office investigated this case. They found that Roda Osman created a fake GoFundMe to profit off of this, about $42,000. When the jury convicted her, the judge had to tell her to calm down in the courtroom several times. The judge then sentenced her to 10 years of probation, and some of the conditions that she'll have to follow. First, she'll have to serve 90 days in jail. She'll also have to pay full restitution and then go to inpatient substance abuse treatment. But one of the biggest conditions of probation, the judge ordered 10 years of no using social media.
All right. So, as you see right there, she was found guilty of theft by deception, meaning because she created that GoFundMe account where she claimed that she got hit with a brick and all of these people pour in $42,000 worth of funds because they thought she got hit by a brick, that was theft of the people by deception of her story. Now, because she raised $42,000 on her GoFundMe account and the accusation of why she needed the $42,000 was a lie, that is how much she has to pay back in restitution. So the $42,000 that was raised here, she has to pay all of that back in restitution. she cannot be on social media for 10 years, and she has 10 years probation, and she has to serve 90 days in jail. Now, during the course of her trial, they went through her bank records, and when they went through her bank records, they were able to see that she had completely depleted the entire $42,000. And they said that she had spent the money on Ubers, that she has spent the money on going to trips to Jamaica, restaurants, spa, ride shares, and so much more. Let me go to their actual website to show you guys what Click It to Houston actually has written up about it. Basically, what their news anchor said. But, you know, we always like to see the black and white and read if they wrote anything else on there. Sorry if my nose sounds a little clogged up. I have been under the weather. Oh my God. I have been under the weather the last few days. I have been feeling like today is my first day where I actually feel okay. Like, after I went live Saturday, I went live and I did my video about the guy who wanted the sleepover. And then I also went live that on that same live I went and I talked about the girl who was crying in her wedding dress. And I detached that video from that live to make it its own video because I was going to edit it and put it back up. Once I got off live, I drove to Walmart. I came back home, and while I was driving from Walmart, I started feeling like, I don't know, feeling sick. So I've been completely under the weather since then. Ain't been able to do nothing. But, you know, this was good news because a lot of people were fooled by her. A lot of people, they immediately, because of, you know, there are stories where men will get violent and, you know, men are violent towards women, and, you know, men have done things where they are complete degenerates. A lot of people just completely believed her, even though she had a history of creating GoFundMe. She had a history of being the antagonist in all of these stories. She had a history of provoking people. She had a history of lying. Even though she had this history, people believed her, and anybody who tried to speak out about it, we were pygmishas. We were pygmisha, male identified, male centered, and it's just like, how about sometimes women need to be held accountable, just like men need to be held accountable for doing bogus things. I'm not one of those believe all women type of girls. Okay. I don't believe everything anybody says. Okay. I don't care if you're a man, woman, or whoever. Like, I don't believe anything just because a person says it, especially just because they're a woman. No, I believe in using my discernment. I believe in applying critical thinking, and I believe in using what I think based on the information that is gathered. Now, a lot of times you get a piece of a story and then your opinion changes once you get more information. Okay? I believe in following the evidence. And if the evidence is calling it a thing and you are, you know, a liar, it is what it is. Man, woman, or whoever, you know? But what was I about to, let's show you the website. My bad. I got sidetracked, y'all. Let's see what the black and white says on the website. All right. So this is their website. It says, let me bring this over some, child. I feel so stuffy. But anyways, and I feel like just in those few days, I feel like I done lost weight in my face. Child. Anyways, let's continue. Okay. So it says, Houston's viral brick lady found guilty in 42,000 GoFundMe theft scheme. The jury heard 3 days of testimony during Roda's trial. It says a woman who went viral in 2023 after claiming that a man threw a brick at her head when she wouldn't give him her number, then raised more than $42,000 through a GoFundMe page, has been found guilty of theft by a Harris County jury. Roda Osman, 35, had to be told to calm down several times after the jury returned the guilty verdict following about 2.5 hours of deliberations. Bank records shared during the trial revealed all of the donated money had been spent. Harris County prosecutor Keith Houston said it was spent on trips to Jamaica, New York, at restaurants, spas, and on ride shares. After the jury convicted Osman, Harris County District Court Judge Dan Simmons sentenced her to 10 years of probation. Okay? If the conditions get violated, she can serve a 10-year prison sentence. All right? So if she violates any of her terms of this sentence, she can go to jail for 10 years. As conditions of probation, she will have to serve 90 days in jail, undergo inpatient substance abuse treatment, and she has to also pay the full restitution of $42,302. The judge also ordered her to not use social media for a 10-year period. So, as you see here, she has to stay off the internet for 10 years. Okay? And ironically enough, there has been a lot of judges resorting to these types of punishments. I was just watching, I think it was, let me get some water real quick. I think it was a body cam. I can't remember which body cam show it was. But it was a white lady who lied about somebody trying to kidnap her children, right? So basically, it was she went to, I think it was Michael's, or yeah, it was like Michael's craft store. And she completely lied on this Mexican man, and I think it was like a Mexican man and a white lady that were together. And they were not near her in the store. They were not close to her at all. And what she did was she went on TikTok. She embellished this whole lie saying that, oh, I went into Michael's and they said, oh, look at these kids. They got blonde hair and blue eyes and they tried to kidnap my baby or whatever like that. She lied about it. The police investigated. They came to her after they investigated. They knew she was lying. They was like, hey, you know, we see these people on surveillance. They didn't come anywhere near you in the store until it was time for you to check out. They were like, but you know, do you want to press charges? And then she's like, oh yeah, I want to press charges. Yeah, they did try to, they did. I do think that they were trying to kidnap my child. They were like, oh, but we don't see them following you and they weren't near you. You want to press charges? The police put out these people's picture all so that they could prosecute her. She got banned. I forget if she got banned from social media for like a year or something, but that was one of the terms of her sentence as well. She had to be banned off of social media, and in her case, she had a 90-day probate, like it was like 90 days sentence, but she had to do 60 days work release and 30 days in jail. But it was a lie. It was all for social media attention and everything like that. But I say all that to say, a lot of judges in these cases, they're resorting to sentences where they're banning people from social media. So if you want to think about lying on people, creating lies and stuff like that, and you end up with criminal charges, these judges are implementing these types of bans. And if people are making their money on social media, that could mess up your entire livelihood. You know what I mean? So, hey. It says okay, so it says the guy who she accused of throwing the brick, he said that, you know, that it was wonderful, and he said that he's happy. It said that they had spoke to the guy that was accused back in January 2024, and that's when he said that he had received, you know, death threats and everything like that. So, let's take a trip down memory lane on some of my coverage on Roda Osman, because, like I said, we have kept our foot on her neck. Okay, we have kept our foot on her neck. Let's just look at a little bit of the videos. Let me pull it up on the screen. Hold on 1 second. Child, after this, I'm gonna have to make me a tea or something, because, baby, I'm all congested. Okay, so boom. Let me pull this up. Well, here's a quick flashback. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
Y'all playing with me like I'm not from Africa. Y'all playing with me like I'm not from Somalia. Y'all playing with me like we don't do voodoo there. Y'all playing with me like my mom's not a witch.
Anyway, she ends up going to a graveyard, Meg, to do some more magic.
You think you fucking with me, but I'm about to lay your ass to rest. See where I'm at? I'm at the cemetery. Bitch, I'm about to lay you to rest. It's coming right back to you. Y'all can play these internet games if y'all want to, but I wouldn't play the spiritual game. Unless you're ready. Ooh, life's about to get interesting.
Indeed. Indeed. Indeed.
The woman at the center of a viral video who claimed a man threw a brick at her head because she would not give him her phone number is now wanted by Houston police. This story got national attention after that woman live streamed what she claimed was the aftermath on Instagram and started a GoFundMe.
Daniela, Houston police got called to this street in September, and when they arrived, the woman seen in that viral video told them that an Uber driver threw a brick at her head and then tried to kidnap her. But tonight, she has become the focus of this criminal investigation because Houston police say the surveillance footage captured by cameras on this street doesn't match her story.
Okay, so boom. All right. So, hold on. Let me pause that real quick. Somebody said I'm chunky. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yes, I was heavier. But anyways, so this is the thing that who lives in the Houston area? I want to get the records from this. If you live in the Houston area, DM me, because we need to see the footage, the real footage. Okay, we need to see the real footage of what really happened. Okay, because from day one, the officers always said what she said happened is not what happened on surveillance. Now that the trial is over, they usually can release these things. So I want to know, we need to see the footage. All right. So somebody said, I like chunky neat trout. All of me, baby. All of me, honey. All right. Here we are at this brick wall yet again. Now, last month, I revisited this brick lady situation, and we had a meeting at the brick wall. And now here we are a month later, back with an I told you so. Okay, period. So sometimes in life, you have people who allege that they were hit with a brick, and sometimes their actions lead them straight into a brick wall. Now we're going to get on into the nitty gritty right after this intro. Hey, what's up? It's your girl Nick, and you're tuned in to Paying Attention. She is now charged with from the first
And it hit me in my fucking face, and I would have given her my number. And all y'all just fucking watch. What do you want me to?
And in this video, she said that a guy picked up a rock, but then she said it was a brick. But I pointed out in my previous coverage how all of the people that she was confronting about standing by and watching this go down, how they were pretty much saying that they had no idea what she was talking about. They were not there. They did not witness her getting hit with a brick. Let me replay this real quick for you guys, and then we're going to get into the new stuff.
And just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a fuck. Yeah, this man hit me fucking with, grabbed a rock, and it hit me in my fucking face, and I would have given her my number. And all y'all just fucking watch. What do you want me to? What do you want me to? What do you want to do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man and fucking do something.
All right. So as you see there, if you listen to the background, and this is what I pointed out in a previous video, the guys who she's confronting, they're asking her, like, what kind of brick? Like, what about a brick? Because they were confused. They weren't there. So they're asking her, what do you want us to do about it? Because they clearly were not there to witness this. And then you also hear a woman in the background say clearly, she's like, we wasn't here. Like, because so everybody in the background, if you listen to the background, everybody in the background is confused about what she's talking about because they did not witness this brick situation.
And just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a fuck. Yeah, this man hit me fucking with, grabbed a rock, and it hit me in my fucking face, and I would have given her my number. And all y'all just fucking watch. What do you want me to?
Now, let's go to the article, because the article, like I said, it goes in detail of the events, and it goes in detail how her story changed from this to that, to this, to that, to this, to that, to that, to this. And the cops coming to the conclusion of what's really going on here. It's alleged. We uncovered those in previous videos as well. I went over all of her previous alleged attacks that she kept alleging was happening to her.
They mad because he's trying to beat somebody. I'm trying to be a doctor and they mad. Look what they did to me. Look what they did to me for no reason. They don't beat me up. I'm 30 years old. They gonna beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up for no reason. Look at me. I'm not a bad person. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm a good person. And they try to do this to me. Guess what? It's up and down for a real nigga. But you gonna be a...
Anyways, it says on September 3rd, Houston police officers responded to an aggravated assault incident. They met Osman and her female friend during the investigation. Officers reported that Osman was intoxicated, hostile, and irate. In the original, okay, so it says the original police report made at the scene, Osman claimed that she was walking on Shoemaker Lane where an unknown man threw a brick at her when she would not give him her phone number. It says she also, in addition to her saying a man just randomly threw this brick at her, she also told officers that she ordered an Uber and she believed the brick throwing suspect was the Uber driver. So she say, hey, officer, I got hit with a brick and then I ordered an Uber. And then guess what? The guy who was my Uber driver, oh, I think he's the guy who hit me with the brick. But I got in the car and left with him. She also told officers she had ordered an Uber and believed the brick-throwing suspect was the Uber driver. Osman said she got into the car with him, where he then tried to kidnap her. According to documents, Osman stated the suspect was involved in human and had a large group of females in the car with him. So this guy throws a brick, hits you with a brick. Then you order an Uber. Then the Uber comes. The guy who threw the brick at you is the Uber driver. And then the Uber is full of women that getting trafficked. And then you get in the car. Child. Anyway, so she said he had a large group of women in the car with him, and she got in the car and he tried to kidnap her. So that is what she told them initially. So then they did a follow-up investigation to find out, like, wait a minute, something don't sound right here. Something sounds off. Let's talk to her again. On September 15th, detectives tried to reach Osman, but the number she provided was her friend's number, who was also at the scene when the incident was reported. The friend said she was not from Houston and went out to several places to drink with Osman. She said Osman reportedly called her male friends to come pick them up. So she told the officers she called an Uber driver, and the Uber driver was this trafficking brick thrower. Then she gave the officers her friend's phone number. So then when the officers called her friend to get the account of what happened, the friend said they got a ride with her friend, the brick lady friends. So the officers is like, wait. She said she was almost kidnapped by these brick throwing traffickers. And now you saying that y'all left with her friends? What? Wait, what? Which one is it? When the men arrived, Osman and the friend got into their vehicle, which was a dark-colored sedan. The woman told investigators that she got into the right front passenger seat and Osman in the back seat with another man. As they were driving, she reportedly heard Osman yell, "Ouch, why you hit me?" but stated that she did not hear an argument before she heard Osman yell. So she said, I'm in the car. I'm in the front seat. She in the back seat. I don't hear no commotion. I don't hear no argument. I don't hear no type of altercation. I just randomly hear her yell, "Ow, you hit me," out of nowhere. So she like, wait, huh? I ain't even hear no argument, no commotion, or no altercation. Like, you just yelling, somebody hit you? Like, what? The friend stated off the record that she did not believe Osman was hit with a brick. Okay? So the friend told her, listen, I'm in the car. She just yelled out of nowhere, I didn't see no altercation. I didn't see no argument. This hoe just yelled out of nowhere, I don't think she got hit with a brick, officer. I don't know what. I don't know what. Like, what the fuck is going on here? What? She said, I don't know what's going on. The friend told detectives the suspect who allegedly assaulted Osman got out of their vehicle got into another vehicle and drove off. She said Osman went live on Instagram and that she tried to convince Osman to call the police. The friend said she did not know the two men she got into the car with and would not be able to identify them. So then the officers called the brick lady. So they said, wait a minute. She said she got into a sex trafficking Uber. You saying that she got into the car that was full of women. It was full of women and she got in the car. You saying that y'all got into the car with two of her homeboys that she called. What is going on here? So they called this heifer on another follow-up call to get to the bottom of what was going on. So it said a detective finally made contact with Osman on September 19th. During the phone interview, Osman told detectives that her friend came to town and picked all the clubs they went to that night. They reportedly started at the O2 Lounge and then they went to the Liquid Lounge. Osman said they left the club and she called an Uber. Okay? According to the charging documents, when the dark colored sedan pulled up, Osman said she thought it was the Uber that she called and she got inside. Osman told the detective that when the suspect hit her in the face with a brick, she also stated that she did her own investigation and found out that it was a man named Olan Douglas who assaulted her. When Osman was asked where was her friend at the time, she reportedly became upset and said her friend was far away from her while talking to another guy. Osman then changed her story to say that she was assaulted at the club. After more questioning from the police, Osman became upset, asked to speak to the supervisor, and then hung up. The detective said he provided her with the name of his sergeant. So then they said, well, listen, she's saying one thing, the friend saying another. Now, see, she's saying, now, first, it was the man threw the brick. Then she got into the brick thrower's Uber. Then the friend said she just randomly yelled, ouch, in the car. Then we talked to her. Now she done switched up and said she got assaulted at the club. So they like, what's really going on here? So they pulled the surveillance footage. So it says on September 20th, Houston police detectives canvassed the area where the assault was reported and spotted surveillance cameras. The company that owns the cameras provided detectives with the footage from them. It says in the footage, the man that Osman claimed hit her, Olan Douglas, was also identified. Detectives said Douglas, Osman, and her friend were seen talking amongst each other and walking towards TikTok Gardens Lounge, located in the 5600 block. They all reportedly went inside the club together. They all went into the club together, and about 20 minutes later, the video shows the trio walk outside the club, then walk towards a white Maserati. Remember her friend said that they was in a dark colored sedan? Remember? They both said that it was a dark colored sedan. The footage and their surveillance showed them all walking up to a white Maserati. How y'all get dark colored sedan mixed up with a white car? What? What? So it say they all walked towards a white Maserati that was parked directly on the side of the business. Douglas was reportedly seen leaning on the right front passenger door while Osman walked towards him. According to the documents, the surveillance footage shows that Osman started dancing on Douglas. while her friend was in front of the vehicle talking to another man. The video then reportedly shows all four get inside the Maserati. What happened? What happened to the brick throwing man in the color sedan that was filled up with all of these women that was... Where did the trafficker go? What? And she said she thought it was an Uber, but then she thought it was the same man that hit her with a brick. But she got in the car of this Uber that was filled with women, and the man tried to kidnap her. To the friend saying, y'all was supposed to come together and get y'all lives straight. Y'all was supposed to get y'all lives straight. Like, what? So the video then reportedly shows all four people get inside the Maserati. The unidentified man got into the driver's seat and the friend got into the front passenger seat, and Osman and Douglas entered the back. According to documents, a few minutes later, Douglas was reportedly seen getting out the back right side, and then Osman and her friend also got out. According to the charging documents, Osman and Douglas were in an argument, and Douglas reportedly swung his right hand while holding what appeared to be a plastic water bottle and struck Osman in the face. Detectives said that Osman then sat in the front passenger seat of the vehicle, but while Douglas stepped away from her, he reportedly got in the back seat of an Audi 3 that had pulled up. When Osman got out the vehicle, detectives said the unidentified man who was driving it took off. The footage capturing the incident did not support Osman's recorded statement, charging documents show. When Osman went live on Instagram after the incident, she went viral on social media. You know what I feel like happened? I don't even think he hit her for real. I don't think he hit her for real. I think in the back, she told him, listen, we go get out the car and we finna come up. All of these different stories, if he hit her with a water bottle, it would have been, I got hit with a bottle. It wouldn't even been water bottle. It would have been like, I got hit with a bottle, like a bottle, you know? All these stories tell me that she told him, listen, we finna come up. I already know how to do this GoFundMe stuff. Already got a swollen face already. Swing the bottle my way, get in the car, and then I'm gonna cause a scene. It was a whole scam with all of them. All of them. It was a whole plot. Because when you look at the original video, first she said she got hit with a rock. Then she said she got hit with a brick. And so the people on the scene, they were confused and they were like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, where are the brick? And then the females in the thing, they did not witness it. So all of them came up with this. And the reason why I feel like all of them came up with it is because when she originally went to the cops, she was very vague. She acted like she had no idea. All right, so that's part of my previous coverage on this, and that's some of the details. A lot of you guys, now that she has been found guilty, I knew without us or, you know, somebody like being actually at the court reporting exactly what happened, I'm sure, you know, you guys were gonna want to know, like, what was the backstory on what they found out. Now, as I stated in that video, the charging documents state that there was no brick involved, okay? There was no brick involved. There was a water bottle that touched her face. But when they started to report this more, it came out like the swing, like the touch to her face wasn't even something that would like hurt her or harm her. That's the reason why they didn't even feel like, girl, that was already there. Now, I also covered videos of her all that night. A lot of people in the comments, even tonight, that I'm looking at my comments, people are like, well, something happened to her. Her face was swollen. It didn't get swollen by itself. Now, if you guys remember that night when all of the videos came out, she had a ski mask on. The entire night, her whole entire face was covered. She was in the club. She had a ski mask on, and it appeared that her face was already swollen. Now, there was a lot of different theories on why it was swollen or what happened. There were some people who were saying like, oh, she did some syringe thing. There was some people who said different theories as to why her face was like that. But there was definitely a lot of videos of her the night in question with the outfit that she had on when she did the story. She had a ski mask on the entire night. If I can find those videos, because I heavily covered this, I'll show you guys those. Let me see if okay, this was her old footage. Let's see. Because you know, we covered this through and through, tooth and nail, honey. We covered this all the way, frontwards and backwards. But I think that her getting this sentence, I think that it was warranted. I believe that she is an agent of chaos. Like I said in my previous videos, she would go around causing havoc. She would always play the victim. She was a Krishan, okay? To me, she was another Krishan. She was somebody who would go around causing problems and then play the victim. She would insert herself into problematic situations. She would provoke people. She would do underhanded stuff. And then she would cry victim. Similar to Krishan. A lot of people have been asking me to do a video on Krishan and the whole Zeus Network thing. And like I said, I was feeling under the weather. I still kind of feel under the weather. I'm still like stuffy right now trying to talk. But I'll do that video, but it's kind of boring to talk about Krishan, honestly, because she's a one-trick pony. Okay? She's a one-trick pony. And it's the same with this Roda Osman girl. One-trick pony. Like, it's the same script. Like, if you looked at all of the things that Roda Osman did, all of the times that she had different encounters with people, it was the same script. Krishan, same script. She is obsessed with Blueface. She's never going to leave him alone. She pretends to get these guys and she acts like she's into them. And then she tries to get Blueface attention and then she's right back. Same cycle, one trick pony, playing the victim, and it's a mess. Now, before it was revealed that she's back swinging off of Blueface nutsack, I called it before then, okay? When she was pouncing around with Bino, I called it. It's always a show, and it's never for real. She only can fool the Rocktards, but she's a one-trick pony the same way. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. But I definitely wanted to do a video and talk about Roda Osman because a lot of people was calling me a pick-me because I said the hoe was full of shit. And she was. And now she has been found guilty. Okay? And it is what it is. You know, anytime you hold women accountable, you are called a pick-misha. Anytime. In order to be a woman, in order to be not a pick-misha, you have to side with women no matter what. No matter how bogus, how fraud they are, no matter how degenerate, how much degenerate behavior they have, you supposed to side with them unless social media collectively agrees that they don't like them. If let's say Nicki Minaj say she don't like somebody, then it's okay to not like the woman. You know? Or let's say, who else do people follow like a cult? Or let's say, okay, Cardi B say, okay, I don't like this person. Then people like, okay, we got authority not to like them. Okay. You know, then they'll collectively not like them. Oh, same way like with the whole Love Island cast, right? Everybody collectively decided to hate Shelly because, Ace said that the relationship with Olandria and Nick is fake. Okay, let's all hate Shelly because she's dating him. It's a bunch of groupthink, a bunch of followers. So it's believe all women and do all of that unless a sheep group mentality about an individual, then you got to follow that. Okay? So, you know, there's that. I might do a video on the whole Olandria, Huda, Shelly thing, but you know, it's only gonna lose me followers because I don't follow the herd, okay? I'm not, you know, I don't have the white savior complex. I don't worship interracial relationships, and I don't put people like gods because of who they dating. I just don't. So, you know, there's that. But, you know, people get pissed off about it, and it is what it is. If y'all have not hit the like button, make sure to hit the like button. But y'all know it's an acquired taste over here, and I know that as well. I'm still going to edit my video. So last week when I had the charms in my hair, I did a video on the girl who was singing in the wedding dress, and I have not edited it yet, and I haven't uploaded it yet. So I don't want y'all thinking, oh, dang, she wearing the same outfit back to back. No. I was supposed to been edited the video and put it out. I've been recorded it. I just have been under the weather. So now that I finally feel okay today, I'm going to try to get that out. But I wanted to do this video on Roda Osman. Somebody says, I love Rock, but she has the incorrect team around her. I mean, isn't she a grown-ass woman? Like, why do y'all always blame other people for people's bad behavior? Like, she's a grown-ass woman. Now, if you were to say she has the wrong team around her, and she was, let's say she was putting out music, and like her team wasn't executing her looks properly, or her stylist wasn't delivering, or they weren't putting together her videos right, or, you know, when she goes down the red carpet, you know, her team not making sure her hair done. Okay, when you say that type of stuff, like, oh, you know, maybe they need a better team, or they're not, you know, yeah, that's when you say somebody doesn't have the right team around them. What Krishan is doing is not a team-based thing. It's her being a grown woman, always being a fucking victim, and always putting herself in problematic situations, doing problematic things, and then crying victim. It just is what it is. You know, it has nothing to do with a team. You know, it's just who she is. She's obsessed with Blueface, and everything that she does is centered around trying to get his attention, trying to get his approval, trying to get his response, trying to, you know, if he not paying her no attention, oh, let me go out and get a man. Okay, he with girls, let me try to get my get back. Oh, let me try to one up Blueface, or everything she does is because of Blueface. It's a reaction to something that he said. It's a reaction to her trying to get his attention. It's always Blueface. everything she does. Okay? She's trying to, you know, even her suddenly trying to get on baddies. She said it. She trying to make money for Blueface because he's getting out and she trying to make that money. She has always made choices as if she's his 3-0. Okay? She always acts in that manner, and because of that, guess who suffers? You know? But, you know, people will always blame other people when they like people. And I get it. You can like who you like. You can like her all you want, but she's grown. Okay? And when you become a mom, you cannot move certain type of ways. You cannot, you just can't do it anymore. You know? Before you have a child, you want to be fighting, you want to be acting wild, you want to be making bad choices. That's cool. You don't have a child in this world that you have to take care of or that you have to be responsible for. Once you have a child, you cannot be operating that way. And she always, always, always used God. Always. It's to me, it's sickening, but you know, she'll get a pass because all you have to do is mention God and people forgive you. So, child, should be all right. But anyways, that's all for this video. I'll talk to y'all on the next one. Let me get to editing my video. I should have been had that video, but like I said, I was not feeling good. Child, I was not feeling